President Trump's use of National Guard troops in U.S. cities is cause for controversy across the country. Last year, Guard members were stationed in Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Chicago, Portland, Oregon, and Memphis.
Well, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimate it costs roughly $496 million to station these troops. In Memphis, it's a move met with pushback from city leaders. In October, several state and local lawmakers filed a lawsuit against Governor Bill Lee and State Attorney General, challenging the deployment. A Nashville judge already ruled the deployment is illegal, and now a state's appeals court will decide whether the National Guard can stay in the city.
In September 2025, Memphis was the most violent city in the country. So the governor took action. He mobilized the National Guard as a part of the Memphis Safe Task Force.
Matt Rice, the attorney representing the state, says the governor's deployment of the National Guard was legal because he says the situation in Memphis was a grave emergency.
In 2024, crimes throughout the entire rest of the country was going down, and crime in Memphis was going up. I think that is an emergent condition that would have justified the deployment of the National Guard.
The deployment to Memphis is illegal twice over.
But the legal team representing the Shelby County mayor argues that the Memphis National Guard is a component of the state's militia.
The Tennessee Constitution clearly bars deployments of the militia unilaterally by the governor.
Judges on the Court of Appeals panel asking both attorneys pressing questions about their arguments, such as what is considered a grave emergency.
If it's a grave emergency to help out with tree removal, if it's a grave emergency to help out with flooding, how is it not a grave emergency to deal with a city that, one of the great cities in this country that's have a serious crime problem going on? How is that not a grave emergency?
After oral arguments were heard, Attorney General Jonathan Scrimetti spoke with media, arguing there has been improvement in Memphis crime rates, and the state had the authority and the responsibility to keep the people of Memphis safe.
I think we need to make sure that we don't just rely on the National Guard for everything. It should be a rare thing to call the Guard in. But here, Memphis was so unusually plagued by crime in a way that made it very different from every city in Tennessee and very different from every other city in America.
Well, the Tennessee Court of Appeals will now review the case to see if the state constitution was violated in the deployment of the National Guard.